All right, here with Sanctus Real rapid fire questions. Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Rapid fire.
Ready.
Okay.
But if you want to go deep.
Like, are you going to say it fast, or do you need us to answer fast?
I need you to answer as fast as humanly.
But
Your
efficiently.
speech needs to be like Usain Bolt. No, I'm just kidding.
Got it.
No.
Efficiently play. I want them to really think about the answers that they need to.
No, absolutely.
So it's a terrible title.
It's more about-
It's not rapid fire.
You're in the hot seat, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
What is something that you've noticed in Texas that is different, unique to other places that you visited?
Whataburger. Whataburger.
Go on.
Big hats. Yeah, big hats. Big hair, big hats. That's what we were talking about earlier, actually.
Do you like Whataburger?
I do love. Is it?
Did you say water?
Is it-
It's Whataburger.
Water?
Is it
If
really?
you live in Texas, it's Whataburger. If you live
Whataburger.
anywhere else, it's Whataburger.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for explaining that.
See, speaking of unique.
All right.
I know.
Whataburger.
What do you?
Water.
Where do you
Yeah.
rank
Whataburger.
it in your burger scale?
It's up there. It's up there.
Well, wait. You have to give him some things to play with here, ranking
Okay.
one.
Oh, okay. So I mean,
In and
five,
out?
Five Guys in and out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would put it probably above Five Guys,
Okay.
but slightly below In-N-Out.
You would never make it here.
Yeah.
Everybody now hates you. I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
sad. Can we edit things like that? Yeah. Well, I had to tell the truth.
That's true. No,
I
that's
tell
true.
the
I'm glad
truth.
you did. I'm glad you did.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. People get really revved up about that around here. Because, these Californians
Right.
are over here coming
Oh,
from
yeah.
California way, bringing their in and out.
I love the patient way he was with you just now.
I know.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on you.
Yes, yes. All right, more serious questions. All right. Do you think there's a difference between being smart and being wise?
Yes.
Okay, now explain.
Well, I think there's a difference between being smart in facts and then smart intelligence with emotions. And I think wise has more to do with understanding big picture and emotions, where smart is I can quote something that I saw 5 years ago and remember it. I think it's two different types of intelligence. And I think a lot of times people that have a ton of book learning, they don't have a lot of emotional intelligence, and so they struggle in rooms with people. And I think wisdom is kind of reading situations, which is not facts. It's kind of reading people, and I think there's a huge, massive difference.
Yeah.
I see that in churches a lot.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that answer. So obviously, you can tell by your answer, you prefer that people would look at you and say, "Oh, you're very wise."
Wise people are usually nice.
Oh.
That's
Are you
true.
not nice? What's happening here? I was going to ask you which way do you lean, and then you're like, but they're also nice, Rochelle. So
Hopefully I lean toward the emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Like, I think balance is great. I think knowing things is great, but if you don't have if you're not able to kind of read a big picture, you're going to struggle no matter what job or position you're in.
Like if you like In-N-Out above Whataburger.
that's exactly right.
Read
Kind
the
of
room.
that's what you're talking
Read
about.
the room,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Read the room.
Got it.
When you feel a strong emotion, what is the best way to respond to that emotion?
Depends on the emotion.
Not react, respond.
Respond. Okay. Maybe the best way would be to ask yourself internally first. Maybe the response is, okay, what do I need to do in this situation to maybe either if there's a correction that needs to be done or if there's a crisis. If you're feeling a strong emotion, usually that means something has to happen. So the best thing to do is to ask yourself first instead of just
Yeah.
responding
Yeah.
maybe. But
Work
that's
on it.
hard. That's hard to do.
Is this something you guys need advice for? Are there
Yes.
strong emotions happening?
Well,
Yeah.
we've had a lot of issues on it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why we're here.
Yeah, that's right. I know. So if you could go back in time, give your younger self advice, what would you tell yourself? Is there a certain situation maybe that comes to mind?
Oh my goodness, I said, you have no idea what's going to happen to you. And I think what I would tell myself is to make sure whatever you end up doing, just to stay grounded. Because I think the situations that my younger self is going to experience were very difficult, and some were really great. And all of them could throw you off if you don't know who you are and you're not grounded. And I would say, so focus on that, and then the situations will work themselves out.
What tangible ways would you give yourself to stay grounded?
Well, a lot of ways it's how we see God. if I, not to get too serious, but you know, I think in some ways, you know, when we recognize as even as Christians that our goal is to look like Jesus and stop focusing on the future all the time, then the future kind of happens and you're good. My wife and I used to always say, situations may stink, but life is good. And so it was always like kind of seeing life as the big picture rather than just this one hard thing that you're dealing with.
I like that.
And you know, I think when I was younger, you're always thinking maybe I could do this or maybe I could do that. And it was always about the outcome. And I would tell them, don't focus on the outcome, focus on the day, like on the moment. And I think it helps people stay healthy.
Yeah, no, that gives you a very cerebral way of like, how do I take apart one of my favorite passages, Matthew 6:33, to seek first the kingdom of heaven. Well, how do you do that? You get your eyes on the guy. Well, how do I do that?
Right.
How do I keep my eyes on Jesus? I like that. My last question.
Yeah.
Would you rather be a mouse-sized elephant or an elephant-sized mouse? Chris, your answer first, please.
Definitely a mouse-sized elephant. 'Cause
Okay.
how cool would that be?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, personally, if I had, I would want one. I wouldn't want to be one.
Okay.
Right.
But I
You would
want a
want one.
pet-sized elephant.
I do agree.
Is that okay?
You want
Yeah.
a pet-sized elephant?
Like
Yeah,
a
mouse-sized
mouse-sized
elephant.
elephant as a pet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that changes everything.
It does.
Because if you have a pet or if you're going to be it yourself,
Yeah, if I had to be it myself, I'd rather
I
be.
certainly don't want a mouse-sized, an elephant-sized mouse.
Yeah.
That would be awful.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the mousetrap?
That's a doozy.
That'd be ridiculous.
I mean, if we're imagining it, and we are,
Right.
Yeah.
It's a
But
tricky
if
question.
I were to be it, I'd be the elephant size.
I'd be the elephant-sized mouse.
Which one would you rather fight?
Oh, what? I mean, does the mouse-sized elephant retain elephant strength?
Well, yeah.
Because if that's the case, and the elephant-sized mouse retains mouse strength, then I'd fight the large one.
You know what's really amazing is that we've got longer answers for this
Then
than any of the other
Yeah.
profound questions that we've asked.
This is a pretty profound.
It's a deep question.
you don't come across it every day.
I mean, this kind of
It's a first.
shows the makeup. You know, there's the Enneagram, and then there's questions like this. You really find out about yourself when you realize he'd prefer to be a elephant-sized mouse.
Well, just like the elephant,
As a
I will
pet.
never
Ah,
forget
no,
this
I'm
conversation.
opposite.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us and Sanctus Real today as well. You can find everything you want to know from them, their new music, at sanctusreal.com.